A very good morning and a warm welcome to you, dear students, to your English class. Today we will continue Chapter 2.4, 3 Visions for India, Part 2. Now in the previous class, we have learnt about the explanation of Dr. Kalam telling about his 3 visions, that is freedom, development and standing up. And we focused on the first vision. What was that vision, children? Yes, it was freedom. Now we will learn about the second and third vision, which are development and standing up. So let's begin, okay? Now I want you to watch this explanation of the second part of the lesson. It starts from my second vision on page number 40 to failures and disasters on page number 41.
So now let's see what is his second vision and what he wants to tell us about it. My second vision for India is development. For 50 years, we have been a developing nation. It is time to see ourselves as a developed nation. We still say that India is a developing nation. We have not yet come to that end where we say that we ourselves as a developed nation. So it is telling us it is time to see ourselves as developed nation. We are among the top 5 nations of the world in terms of gross domestic product. GDP, we have 10% growth rate in most of the areas. So we know our position in gross domestic product, that is where we belong and where other countries are landing. And we are at the top 5 positions of the world in terms of gross domestic products. Our poverty level are falling and our achievements are being globally recognized today. Still our achievements, our global recognition is still not to that extent. People are not recognizing what achievements we have made, what different leaders, people have done for these achievements. India is known as the best product of giving out the milk. We rank first in the milk products. And therefore it is telling us still we are not falling to that extent. We are not there at all. We are still lacking behind. We are not being recognized as or accepted all over the world about our achievements. It is also telling us that the position that we are today are not being aware by many other countries. We are still lacking behind. Yet we lack the self-confidence to see ourselves as developed nations. So it is telling us that still we are lacking behind. Yet we lack the self-confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation. Self-reliant and self-assured. Isn't this right? So we are still dependent on other countries. It is true that we need to have a good relation with neighboring countries because we need that import-export thing. But still we are lacking behind to be aware about our potential. We are still lagging behind to know what is right and wrong and who is forcing us to work for whom. India must stand up to the world. I have a third vision that India must stand up to the world or no one will respect us. So the second most important thing is development. People are not recognizing our achievements because that is not yet coming out. various people like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, then we have Ambedkar, we have Mother Teresa, we have a lot of people who worked really very hard, who sacrificed their lives so that we can get this change. And what are we doing? We are still a developing nation. And therefore it is time to realize your capability, your worth, your confidence that you can do it. And the third vision, it is standing up. Standing for yourself. Start from the scratch. You stand for yourself. And that will definitely lead to standing up for your own country. Learn to stand up for yourself. When you see something wrong is happening, try to stop it rather than encouraging it. Let's move ahead. Only strength respects strength. We must be strong not only as military power but as an economic power. Both must go in hand, not just by fighting, not just by making our military strong, but also our economic, so that we can be a developed nation. It should go in hand. If one falls weak, the next can't work, and therefore it is very important to go hand in hand. If just military is doing their great job, it doesn't happen. The first one is the freedom. A bird in a cage wants to be free. It wants to get out of the cage and explore the entire world. Many people, many women are still in that cage at their house. Their voices are not being heard. So we need this economic development. We need this development over all these tribal areas, over all these rural areas, slums, so that the voice of this woman can be heard. Okay? Why are we in India so embarrassed to recognize our own strength, our achievements? Embarrassed means feeling ashamed. Why? I'm still thinking right now why India is so embarrassed to recognize their own strength. Why are they comparing us with other countries? Why are we comparing ourselves with other countries? India is not comparing us with other countries. We ourselves are comparing ourselves with other countries, and therefore we are not aware to recognize our own strength. We are such a great nation. We have so many amazing success stories, but we refuse to acknowledge them. Why? We have so much success stories about different people, different reformers, different scientists, archaeologists, different people telling about success stories, but still we refuse to acknowledge them. We are the second largest producer of wheat in the world. We are the second largest producer of rice. So we are the second. You all know that we are the second largest producer all over the world for wheat and rice. So we see that, okay, there is a correction over there. We are the second largest producer of wheat in the world. We are the second largest producer of rice. Sorry, it's correct. So we see that in all over the world, we are the second largest producer of wheat and rice, and we are the first in milk production. We are number one in the remote sensing satellites. Means man-made satellites launched in the space for communication, weather forecast, etc. So remote sensing satellite means man-made satellites. Okay. Look at Dr. Sudarshan. He has transferred the tribal village into a self-sustaining driving unit. So we have Dr. Sudarshan, who transferred the tribal village into self-sustaining. Self-sustaining means providing for one's need. Means it is thinking about themselves. It is trying to provide goods that is for themselves, and it is not doing this business of giving that their own products to other countries. It is keeping it to their self. It is making sure that those whatever they are producing, it is for them so that they can live a good life. There are millions of such achievements, but our media is obsessed only with bad news and failures and disaster. We know all this, that we have so much achievements. Think about the newspapers, how often they talk about these achievements made by different people who have worked so hard. How many of them remember our leaders, and how many of them really do talk about them? But you all know our media is so obsessed with this bad news and failures and disaster. Whatever happens, we get it on Instagram, Facebook, on directly on the newspaper. We are not thinking before putting that on this media. We are not thinking about it. We are not thinking wisely. We are just obsessed with this media that we make it so public and let other world know what is happening in our country. We are not ashamed of it at all. Think on it, my dear students. You all are growing youth, and I want you all to reflect and think on it.
So students, this was a very motivating lesson. We have finished part 2. Part 3 will be there also. Now let us look at the meanings of it. Now in the meanings, let us see what are the words, important words. First is self-reliant, which means self-dependent. Self-sustaining, which means providing for one's needs. Self-driving means controlling oneself. Earnestly and seriously means solemnly. A promise made to oneself means resolve. Justice means fair and reasonable treatment. Finally, globally recognized, which means noticed and accepted all over the world. So these are the important meanings in this second part. Now we will do an assignment. It's a special, unique assignment. You are going to love it. This assignment is called Vision Board Activity. Now what you have to do, students, you have to make a vision board in your book itself with your name and write down your visions on the following points. First one is my goals. Means what you want to become or what you want to do in the future. You have to write that. Alright? Say over here. You can stick pictures regarding your goals. What you want to become. Suppose you want to become a teacher or a doctor, engineer, etc. Whatever you want to become, stick pictures relating to that. So what you want to do, you want to become a healthy person, so you have to do some exercises, so you can stick picture on that. Then section 1 will be dreaming of. What you dream of having in the future. You want a big car or a doggy or some very good clothes or a nice house with your parents. Anything you want, so you can what is your dreams of, so that you can put pictures relating to it. Third is I feel. What are you feeling right now? You're feeling happiness, joy, peace, you're feeling strength. So all that you can write. You're feeling love towards your parents, your brothers, sisters, so that you can write what feeling, emotions. Next is places I will go. Which place you want to go? You want to go anywhere in India? Which place you want to explore? Do you want to go to America or Australia or China or Hong Kong? You want to see Disneyland, Universal Studios, or you want to go and see some museum here in India, in Bombay, or some other place, or you want to see some temple. So all those pictures, any place you want to go, you can stick it over here and write about it. Next is inspire me, which means who are your inspirations? Is it your mom, dad, any family member, an actor, actress, sports person, political leader, anybody, whoever you feel inspires you, from which person you're getting motivation, knowledge, inspiration to become what you want to become. So that will come under inspire me. And you can stick relating pictures to that. Next is I want to try. Means what you want to try, some new things. Suppose you want to do yoga, you want to go boating, you want to eat some new type of fruit, anything new you want to do in life, you want to do, suppose you want to do some drawing, coloring, some new type of artwork, karate, or some new things you want to try in life, what you aspire, what you want to do, what you want to try, some cooking you want to try, suppose cooking, you want to do some editing, computer animation, whatever you want to try, some new things in life, you want to try sports, so you can do it over here and stick pictures. Next is which is your best day of your life. Think of your best day, whatever comes to your mind. Which is the best day of your life, children? Think about it and stick that picture over there. Okay? Alright? Next is the people I love. That is, it can be your family, friends, any other member. Okay? So you can write here and stick pictures of people I love. All this you can do, and you can color it and decorate however you want and stick it. Make it colorful. It's on you. Make it as creative. I know you all are all very creative, talented children. So I want to make it as creative as possible. Alright. I hope you have understood this second part also. It was very motivating, very inspiring, and I'm sure all of you are inspired. We are a great nation. And you should always stand up for yourself and also have good thoughts in mind. Good thoughts in mind. You are all having good thoughts in mind. I know that. So believe in yourself. Like see, remember the first chapter, first poem, A Time to Believe. So believe in yourself. This is your time. Time to believe in yourself. Alright. So thank you.